Good afternoon. I hope your day went well. Mine was good. Uh, went to work. Now I'm home. It's cold. Let me see. What is the temperature? 55 degrees. That's cold for where I live. I've got the fireplace cranked, and um, so I am working on this is a bago day. Um, when I get finished with it, I'll show y'all. Right now I'm working on the turtleneck part of it, and I still have to make sleeves. Now it's bright. I love bright colors though. I don't know if I showed y'all this or not. This little cat coaster. The cat's got a hold of this. See where the pieces are, where the cat's got a hold of it? Little turkeys. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. It's not like I can't make more. And then here's something else that I've been working on is the earring jewelry earrings. That one's pretty, these are pretty big, but I really like them. I really like these. I got some new little wire things from Walmart. They don't have hardly anything as far as jewelry making. I don't know why. It's like they're like forget you jewelry makers and forget you people that crochet. It's not cool. Um, what else? Oh, I did get this was in the mailbox when I checked early this morning as I was leaving out. It's the Creamy Basic. It's the one I ordered from Walmart because I was thinking maybe I would get it quicker than Mary Maxim so I could finish this here. This wrap. Uh-oh. Laugh was on me. So now I have plenty. Oh, come here. I'm about to run out. So, anywho's, where'd my hook go? Oh, there it is. So I like these prim hooks. I have all of them. I haven't really used the big ones yet. I usually use the smaller ones, but I have the big ones if I want. Starts at 7 millimeter, then an L, M, and an O. Do y'all ever think that you bought yarn and then realize that you didn't, that it was just something you thought real hard about doing and didn't do it? Because I could have sworn I had some brown, different shade of brown, the Red Heart Super Saver um, ombre with brown colors. But I went back there and looked, and so I've only got one that my friend sent me. That was it. This is, of course, my Diet Lemon Lime and ice. And of course, I'm cold, but yet I'm drinking something with ice in it. That's okay. So, as far as everything else, really nothing. I was just glad to get home to finish, crocheting, and I've got some rice in the rice cooker in there. I don't usually eat it, but since I only eat really one meal a day, it's okay. And with the shot, I can't eat that much of it as long as I take my Manjaro shot every once a week. Yeah. So I checked this morning and I have I think 63 pounds to go. And then if I lose more than that, that's fine. But I want to get at least to that point. And here's the stupid story as to why. Years ago, years ago, um, I went to a doctor probably to get diet pills because, hello, princess, come here. So the doctor asked me, why are you here? Why do you don't need diet pills? And I said, oh, yes, I do. And I told him how much I weighed. And he told me, oh, well, you don't look like you weigh that much. So that's my goal. Of course, I was, gosh, probably in my early 20s. I don't know. I've yo-yoed up and down, just like most of us, my entire life. Oh, you're just a silly kitty. This cat, this cat picks fights with every other cat and my dog. Get your butt out of my face. Ah, don't you get near my drink. I don't know oh my gosh. So, not that long ago, I realized that the cats like my diet lemon lime. And the way I found that out was because I was just sitting here and I had a drink and I was messing around doing crochet and I look over and there is a cat drinking out of my glass. So, ew. Ew. So it makes me wonder, how many times I've drank after a cat. Oh, huh, Noelle. She looks so cute over there. If I could move this, I would show you. But I can't unplug it because it's almost out of juice. It wasn't plugged in all the way, the laptop. Um, Anywho's. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish this. I have over there a very bright granny square blanket. I'm gonna finish. I've got, but I have to go get that yarn. This I just started. It's gonna be cow, and it has the sparkles. If you can see the sparkles. So it is Mary Maxim sparkle yarn. See the sparkles? There's lots of sparkles. I don't know why. I don't know whose pattern this is, but it's not mine. And I don't know why I started making the cow. But it's so much to frog back because it's not gonna be very big. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and then I'm gonna make my own with my own pattern. Because that's what I'm working on is learning how to do patterns myself. I just I've been crocheting really not that long now. I can't even tell you when I started. Maybe 6 months, maybe. But it's helped me get through things. I wish I was doing crocheting when I was going, through when Mama was dying. I was taking care of her. That was in 2010, or when I was taking care of Dad a couple years ago. On Facebook, the memories that pop up, pretty painful. I have a picture of Dad. He's in the hospital bed. It's right um, before he was being transferred to another facility from the hospital to a facility where they could start him on dialysis until they could get the machine ordered and me trained on it for here at the house because Dad was coming home. I don't believe in that. I believe that you take care of your parents and that you do everything you can to make sure that they are at home and not in a nursing home. I mean, even if, gosh. So anyway, there's a picture of him, and he's sitting at the bed, and I had obviously pulled my phone up, and I said, say hello, Dad. And there's a picture of him, and he's waving, and it's within 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, he would be gone. So his funeral, it was wonderful. He would have loved it. He would have loved it. Um, he, I asked him while I was in the hospital because I was already getting that ready so I could get that off my mind. It's just a hard thing to go through. Anyway, back to the picture. So that picture at his funeral at the church, he always wanted to go back to the church. He never went back um, after COVID because he was too sick after COVID. Um, but he loved that church, and so that's where his funeral was. And his preacher, he he was, the preacher for the service, and Dad loved him. But there's a picture on the screen as the music played. I put Christian country music, a lot of that, and the last picture is him waving by. Yeah, I miss him a lot. But I asked him when we were in that hospital room, that one, I asked him what his favorite color was. I don't know where he got white from. I didn't know white. I didn't know anybody's favorite color was white. I don't know if that was the narcotics he was on, or if he really, white really is his, you know, it was his favorite color. So I ordered his casket in white, and Mom, her ashes went in the casket with Dad, and of course, they when he was dying, he was asking where she was. Of course, she'd been gone since 2010, and I told him, I said, she's at work. Oh, okay. And right before Mama died, she asked where Dad was. And while Mama was dying, Dad's kidney shut down on him, so he was in the emergency, or not the emergency room, but ICU, so he couldn't be there at Mom's bedside. He was sick. So anyway, she says, "Where's your daddy?" And I said, "Oh, he's working." And she said, "Oh, is he making good money?" And I said, "Yep, he's making good money." She says, "Okay." She was fine with it. She was something, they never figured it out. Something killed her brain. It literally killed her brain. Um, so I had this beautiful urn made from Mom. It was gold with pearl that went all the way around the pearl. It was a big, thick band. And I had her, a poem on there. I don't remember what it was. It was a beautiful poem that I had inscribed on there with, of course, her name and her birth year, her birth date, and her death date. So I kept her with me for all those years. And then before Dad passed, he bought a headstone with his name on it, Mama's name on it, and my name on it. So Mom went into the coffin with Dad. That's where they should have been. They were always together. Mostly. Even if they weren't physically together, they were still together. Life is crazy, you know. And people make mistakes. Lots of mistakes. That's how you learn. So anyway, we after the service inside the church, we walked outside the church, and um, I had set up for this lady. She had doves. They were really pigeons, but they were white like doves. And she had this. They were in this beautiful white wooden cage, and me and my brother and my half brother walked over to where this was. The lady had a really beautiful speech. It's actually on a like a certificate type thing up on the wall that I had framed with one feather from one of the pigeons and one white feather. And we walked up there, and she gave each of us, well, me and my full brother, we held one dove, and then my half brother held another. And then one symbolized Mama and one symbolized Daddy. And the paper and what she said was for Mother and Father. So at the end, we let the doves go, and they flew up, and she opened the cage. There was tons of them in there, and they all flew out, and they flew up in the beautiful sky, and they flew one way, and then they all came back, and I guess flew back to where their home was. And then we went to the graveyard, and there was Air Force Honor Guard, and they did the flag taps. He'd have loved it. I had a grin from ear to ear. Maybe he was. Maybe he did get to see it. I don't know. But he had an insurance policy. I spent every penny. Every penny. He paid for that. And I told the when I was up there at the funeral home before he passed, the guy asked what I want. I said I want everything. Um, Here where I live, you have to have a cement box that the coffin goes in the ground. And they have an option now that it's plastic. It's not regular plastic. It's better than cement. No air, no water, nothing gets into it. So I paid for one of those. So yeah. So when I pass, because I had a liver transplant, I'm going to donate my body. And the ashes, when they come back, they're to be scattered on the grave site there, or buried. Either way, whatever they want to do, whatever the kids want to do. That's why Mama was cremated, because she donated her body. Because I had a liver transplant. Anyway, well, this has been depressing, hasn't it? I'm sorry. If anybody's still listening, I'm sorry it's been depressing. Bubbles is on top of the armoire up there. That's what she's looking at because she wants to kick Bubbles' butt just because she's mean. She's a mean cat. I don't know why. And Bubbles is up there like, you can't get me. They're so silly. They make my life less lonely, a lot less lonely. Anyway, so I'm gonna crochet some more and I'm gonna go get out of these clothes and get this stuff off my face. I might do another video of get removing it. I don't know if anybody wants to see that, but so yeah. So I'm gonna look at some stitches and see if I can find something else for me to make that's mine, not anybody else's, which is pretty cool. I like doing that. I think it makes me feel really good. The first thing I ever made, I looked at it and I said, I made that. Oh my gosh, I made that myself. I made that. Pretty cool. All right. Well, God bless you. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.